Got a soccer show called Men with Blazers, right? So we're in Atlanta here, men with hats. What happened with you, Goose? You didn't have a hat. Talking about the 2019 class for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And we just had it, and Rick Gosselin presented senior candidate Johnny Robinson, and our Ron Borges presented two candidates. That'd be Ty Law, modern era candidate, and Richard Seymour, modern era candidate. And Goose, you struck gold, and Ron, you struck gold. So Rick, you want to talk about this class first? Any surprises? What do you got?
Yeah, anytime you have more defensive players than offensive players, it's a good class. And we had 4 defensive players and 2 offensive players, 4 defensive backs, in fact. So I was happy with that.
Right.
Johnny Robinson, Ed Reed, of course, was obvious. To hand it off to Mr. Ty Law here.
Well, that was the great battle, Ty Law and Champ Bailey.
No, the great battle was you and Jeff Langwell.
And the 2 presenters.
The two presenters.
Sitting next to each other, by the way.
Yeah, sitting next to each other.
Because the feeling was, and with a lot of people going in, that Champ Bailey was first ballot Hall of Fame, but going in on roller skates. And for Ty Law, who'd been in the room, this is the 3rd year he'd been in there. And normally it gets to the point where it's sort of expected that he's going to be the guy, but we had to fight it through, and it turned out it's usually not a sort of one-on-one battle like that, but that's the way it worked out this year, and it worked out for both players.
So let's back up here. What we've got now for the class of 2019 is Ed Reed, Tony Gonzalez,
Roller skates,
Champ Bailey, Ty Law,
skateboards,
and Kevin Mawae. And there is a trend here. 3 of those guys, 3 of them, are first ballot choices. Last year, 3 first ballot choices. The year before that, 2 first ballot choices. Do the math. In the last 3 years, you've got 8 first ballot choices. Goose, disturbing trend?
Yeah, I think it'll slow down next year, though. But yeah, it's the latest seems to be the greatest.
Right.
And guys like John Lynch, and Steve Atwater, and Tony Baselli are sliding a little bit. They've been in the room a couple times, but they get passed over. The cubits jump by younger players that are first-time guys. It is a bothersome trend because this guy's in the senior committee. You watch these guys slide for a couple years, all of a sudden they're sitting in our laps in the senior committee.
Yeah, I think it's very alarming. We've talked about it on Talk of Fame before. Since the turn of the century, in the last now 19 years, we've put in 41 first ballot Hall of Famers. That's more than 40% of all the first ballot Hall of Famers in the history of the Hall of Fame since 1963. It's to me an alarming trend, and it's also taken on a bit of a. You guys know I was never a big first ballot guy anyway. Hall of Famer.
You're coming around. You're coming around.
Well, no, I think it's even less important now because it's gotten so twisted now that people think it's an insult if you get in your 2nd year or the 3rd year into a group with only 300 people, roughly.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we had 2 coaches up this year, Don Coryell and Tom Flores, neither of whom made the cut from 15 to 10. Now, this is Coryell's 5th time, Goose, and it's Flores' 1st time. I don't see either one of these guys getting in, frankly, unless we go as coaches to the contributor candidate.
Yeah, I think anytime it's a coach or a player, the player's going to win the vote 95% of the time.
Yep.
But these guys aren't even making cuts anymore.
Right.
I mean, so you wonder why are we discussing them? They come back every year and they don't make the cut. So I think until we move the coaches over and then make it cut and dry, two categories, players, non-players. I think Tom Flores, Jimmy Johnson, Don Coryell, Mike Shea, all these guys are going to have trouble getting in.
Yeah, and I know you were a Flores guy. I mean, I was a Coryell guy. I voted for both, but neither one of them made it, and I can't see them making it if they come back for the next 10 years. I mean, something's got to change.
Yeah, no, I think it really cries out for either separate coaches category, or which I think is the best idea, or if not that, then move them into the contributors category at least, because you look at the slate of players that were there this year. We're not going to pick, unless it was Bill Belichick or Vince Lombardi, you were not going to pick a coach over the top 5 of those players.
Right.
I get 2 other observations. One, we finally broke the offensive line logjam.
Right.
We had 4 guys, 4 all-decade players. They've been there the last 2 years. If they didn't put one of them in this year, we'd have the same 4 next year. So Kevin Mawae gets 2. And the other, we had history in this class. Tony Gonzalez was the first tight end to go in on the first ballot. The previous best by a tight end was Callan Winslow and Shannon Sharp, who both went in the 3rd year. Tony Gonzalez, first ballot.
If there's a concern, I think it's with John Lynch. I mean, John Lynch was a top 10 finalist in 2016, 2017. Last year, he went backwards. Didn't make the first cut. This year, stayed there, didn't move. His candidacy seems to be dead in the water, and look who's coming up next year. Troy Polamalu.
And look at the strides that Steve Atwater made. Steve Atwater was the guy who was back, and all of a sudden he makes the cut this year. And all of
Yeah.
a sudden his candidacy has been revived. So, you know, I can see Atwater, his candidacy steaming up here next year too.
Yeah.
Which to me is a good thing.
I agree,
He was,
I agree.
He was the one guy who was from an early '90s player. You know, everyone else was forward of that, and I think that we've gotten to the point where we're in danger of sort of totally skipping over the remainders of a half a generation.
Right.
And Goose and I, of course, are in that senior committee where the pool is getting deeper and deeper and deeper.
Hey guys, it's getting late. Look, it's dark in Atlanta. We got to get running, so we are going to get going. This is the Talk
Two
of Fame
hats,
Network.
no cap.
The Talk of Fame Network from Atlanta with the class of 2019 for the Pro Football